dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're talking about All Out 2025 in Toronto. Excalibur, Brian, and Tony on commentary. All Out is here in Toronto, I'm ready to go all out in Toronto, I'm just had a good weekend of wrestling. You know, we got WrestlePalooza, you know, we got this show. It's just like, the competition and the fans, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, just give me a good night of some pro wrestling. I don't care how many matches are on the card. You know, the standard is 5, whatever, possibly 6 for WWE. But over here, it's just like, you're going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the main show. And then you had the pre-show that had some matches as well. So it was just a good time here. All Out 2025. We had some really great stuff with Christian and Cope before their match with FTR. They got to see Bubbles. And Christian was such a dick to him. Oh, I love every second of it, man. But yeah, Bubbles is here. Then we transform, and then we meet the Green Bastard. Sometimes you just gotta go crazy, man. But we have Cope and Christian versus FTR to start the show, and it is a hold on, let me reload. Banger, folks. I knew it was gonna be. I knew this was just going to be a great tag team match. We've been wanting to see Cope and Christian take on FTR. There was a really great moment where Cope, he did the "you can't see me," then the "F you," and it was just like, oh, you're paying homage to your friend as well. That is awesome, man. I love every single second of that, and this is why we love pro wrestling here, is little moments like this, and Cope getting to send some love to Cena, and then Cena posted a picture of Edge on his Instagram, so he saw, and he's like, thank you. Cope and Christian did get the win, but before this, Beth comes out. Beth Copeland, not Beth Phoenix. Beth Copeland comes out to help for the save and takes out Stokely. But after CNC get the win over FTR, of course, they do a beatdown after. Then here comes Nick Wayne, Kip Sabian. You know, they have their beats with Christian and Cope. It's a straight beatdown, and they handcuff Cope, and then he has to see Christian get taken out by FTR. And what I loved about this is Beth is like, he's holding on to him. He's like, get out of here. And she's like, I love you. Mwah. And she starts fighting FTR, but FTR gets her too. And Cope is like, no! Drama. I love it. But yeah, what a way to start the show. Then we have Eddie Kingston is back. He's already sweaty in that orange shirt he's wearing. Claudio sucks eggs versus Big Bill. Yeah, it was okay. Eddie seemed real rusty. Yeah, it was okay for what it was. Eddie got the win. Then, of course, attack afterwards by Keith. And then here comes Hook. And it's like, oh, Eddie and Hook. That's going to be a thing. Cool. Then we go to MJF versus Mark Briscoe in this tax match. Oh, my gosh. There's tax everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Even the ref put a picture on his Instagram showing all the tax in his shoes. You know, and this was what I thought it was going to be. A bloody mess. A very beautiful bloody mess between these two, but Mark Briscoe got the win over MJF. I feel like this is the right call because I don't think MJF really needed this win. I think Mark did, you know, and you got the J Driller on MJF on the tax. But like I said, bloody good time. Tax were everywhere. Moments where I was like, ooh, and I'm like scratching my legs right now thinking of all tax in my legs. Oof. The Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and Gates of Agony, now the Demand. I knew they were going to go with that. I knew it. But yeah, this match was good. Ricochet doing some crazy Ricochet stuff. And then Ricochet, well, the Demand got the win over the Hurt Syndicate. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. Mercedes Moné versus Riho. Hard-hitting match. Yeah, Riho. Wasn't your time. But Mercedes Moné's time is now. Check that watch. Mercedes Moné gets the win over Riho and retains the TBS Championship. Then we get an awesome unified championship match. Okada versus Dorada versus Takeshita, and Don Callis is on commentary. Ooh, baby, the tease between Takeshita and Okada was just mwah. And Dorada doing crazy Dorada stuff. But this match had to end with one way. Okada won, bitch. Okada for the win because he pinned Dorada. You know, Takeshita and his story is not over anytime soon. We got the coffin match up next. Mox versus Darby. I knew it was just going to be gruesome and hard-hitting and oh my God, oh Lord, you know. Woo! And that's what it was, man. A lot of great spots that made me go, oh shit, you know. O'Brien, he's like, here's a bag. Guess what's in the bag? It's a plastic bag. Go wrap it over Mox's head. Do it. And Taz is him like, those guys are like, wait, what are you doing? And they're like, he's like, what? I thought you know. Yeah. Darby got to use the bag over Mox's head. But Pac, the bastard, is back. Short hair, too. He doesn't have the long hair no more. Now we're going to see him shirtless standing in the corners of Death Rider promos. The Death Riders grow even more, and they got Pac back. It helps Mox win. Women's World Championship, but definitely WTF, all caps, moment here. So Tony versus Hayter versus Tekla versus Chris, and this match was awesome. The women always bringing it hardcore, and I was like, oh yeah, Tony Storm's gonna retain that shit. Wait, what? Chris Statlander's the new AEW Women's World Champion? No. I know it's long overdue. Tony Storm. I was shocked. I was like, oh, wow, you went a different route than I thought. Chris Statlander, that's a shock. But congratulations to Chris. I hope Tony can get back to the championship. But honestly, does Tony need it? No, I don't think she does. You know, and I think Chris Statlander, it's her time now to be this champ that we want her to be. But it definitely like threw me off. Like, whoa. Tag team ladder match here for the championships. Brodito versus Books versus Jet Speed versus Don Callis family. Holy shit. You talk about moments where I'm like, please don't die. Please don't die. Please. Crazy spots, ladders and everything. Moments where I was like, oh, homie's foot's broken. Or, oh my God, someone's dead, you know. But Brodito retains the championships. And during this, I told you I've been watching the Being the Elite videos, and there was a little message saying, here's a knife so you can stab it in my back. Well, I was right. Jack Perry is back in AEW, and he's back on the good side. He's no longer this goat or whatever, man, because they show this really great video package because Jack's just smiling. The Bucks is like, what are you smiling about? He has resurrected Luchasaurus. No longer Kill Switch. I was like, thank the Lord, and reuniting Jurassic Express, and they take out the Bucks, and I'm like, yes! This is why I love this sport! Jurassic Express back at it like a bad habit, and they hug each other, and we're like, hug, hug, hug. Oof. Yeah, man. It just keeps getting better and better. Then we had a moment where Mox had the coffin with Darby's body in it, and he tells the Mox cult, like, hey, you guys can leave. I had some words to say to Darby. He's just misguided, you know. But Darby hits him in the throat with a pipe after the Mox cult drives away. Puts the man in the body bag. Couldn't just put him in the coffin, but puts him in the body bag, and he sets the body bag on fire. Yeah! I was like, whoa. Yeah, John Moxley was almost burnt. Like, he burned. But Brian was all like, that's what you get. So, Darby and Mox are far from over. Where can they take it from here, though? They have the coffin match. Like, what next can they do to end this feud? So, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going with this. World Championship on the line. Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. Come on, man. Banger, man. And there was a scary moment where I thought Kyle Fletcher broke his neck. I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. But no, Hangman Adam Page retaining the championship, but this was a battle. And hopefully it shows people that Kyle Fletcher can go. Everyone knew that beforehand. Because like I said, I'm just a big Kyle Fletcher guy, and I knew he wasn't going to win this match, but he showed some grit, as Cope would say, in this match with Hangman Adam Page. My match of the night, God, especially these last few, it's just like we just kept on turning up the heat. It's a tie right now, man, between Tony, Hayter, Tekla, and Chris. In the tag team title match, Brodito, Bucks, Jet Speed, and Don Fam. Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. These last three really took it home for me. Oh, even the Mox and Darby match was all... Dude, it was all awesome. 5 out of 5 for All Out 2025 in Toronto. Yeah. And moment of the night is the reunited and it feels so good. Jurassic Express. So, good stuff here tonight, man. I enjoyed myself. That was All Out 2025. Excalibur, Brian, and Tony on commentary. Was Taz there too? I think, I don't know. They always change commentators out, and then get like JR in there and all this and that. But I'm just watching the wrestling. But that's it. That's all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share it with your grandma, share with the mom down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life.